Welcome, everybody, to the Everyday Health Hacker Podcast. I'm Mike Herzing, along with this awesome lady, Dr. Liza Leal.
Hello, everyone.
Dr. Leal is Chief Medical Officer right here at Meridian Health Institute in Sugar Land, Texas, which Southwest Houston. How's that? In case people want to know, we want to come over here. It's a really cool place. Doc, tell me, we got a lot of stuff we're going to talk about, but non-surgical facelifts. We've had a lot of people email about that. So
yes.
Beat it,
Talk about it. Okay, well, some of the things that a lot of people will come in and they'll say, I've been doing a lot of Zoom meetings and I noticed that my gobble has just gotten bigger and every time I talk, it's wiggling. So I'm holding my neck the entire time during the Zoom call. So I share with them, there's several things that we can do in order to lift and pull that back. From the simple part of a little bit of dentistry, which is very simple. Invisalign can adjust your bite to where it's equilibrated, and it'll be equilibrated for the rest of your life. And what that does is that it puts your jaw in the correct place so that all of that extra skin is not falling forward, it's actually stretched back. If we need a touch-up, we can also do laser therapy, which is called ultherapy, which tightens and firms, which is just a very neat thing to be able to do. And some of the other things that I've heard patients say is that they'll, after they've done their dental as well as their medical therapies, is that their bags under their eyes have gone.
Yes.
And this is without filler. I mean, I can always put filler there. However, if I can do it without filler, I would prefer to do that.
It's amazing. My wife had the Invisalign, and it's changed her face. I mean, it's just
she's looking younger,
dramatically younger, and I'm like, oh, she's gonna go look for another husband, but
well, and a lot of men will say, yep. My jaw is more square, and it's so interesting to hear men and women and how they feel about themselves as they're looking on the camera or they see themselves in the mirror.
Yeah, sometimes we end up judging ourselves by somebody on television
yes.
with a lot of makeup on.
Sometimes a little bit too hard.
A little bit too harsh. You're right. We're the toughest people are the ones on ourselves.
Absolutely.
And so, but there's a lot of ways to do this. I mean, the Invisalign is basically similar to braces, but they don't hurt.
And you can't see them.
And you don't see them.
Yes.
And not only that, it kind of keeps you from grinding your teeth and things like that.
And your smile is your biggest asset.
Sure.
So if you're going into an interview or you're going to be on Zoom, hopefully you're smiling and you're happy, because joy and enthusiasm go a very long way.
Yeah.
And one of the things that I share with people, people will say, well, I don't need straight teeth. It's not about straight teeth. No. It's about form and function, overbite, underbite, making sure that your two cuspids are matching in the correct format so that you're not putting pressure on any of your teeth, because you may not bother you at 20 or 30, but 40 and you're needing an implant, I'd like to avoid that for you. So it's truly about health, because we know in medicine that we can see all disease in the mouth first. Periodontal disease, actually, we can see a heart problem coming into effect. So that's why a medical dental facility is what we built, and having that what I call oral systemic pathway and putting it all together, head to toe, to not only feel great, but also to look great.
Yeah. It makes a difference, and it's just amazing the difference it made. And now snoring, it'll help snoring and things like that.
Let's talk about that a little bit, because people will say, how in the world would changing my teeth and my bite help with my snoring? Well, again, form and function. So if you are looking at the maxilla and mandible, which is your jaw, and if it's pushed too far forward or too far back, it's going to cause your palate to actually collapse when you're sleeping and you're in a prone position or you're lying down on your back. Or
sometimes you feel like you're choking almost.
And that nasal drip type feeling and choking is actually part of your bite not being in the correct format.
Oh, good.
So it can also help with your sinuses. So, and a lot of people will say that it's helping with their vision, because a lot of what happens with our vision is that if you have allergies, and here in Texas we have a lot of them, is that your eyes can dry out.
Right.
So that if And all we're doing is putting everything in the form and function that it was meant to be, so that all the drainage goes in the correct areas, so that you're getting your eyes lubricated, your mouth is not dry, and you're not having to take a lot of these antihistamines or antibiotics to clear up a sinus infection, because we're getting the drainage that's meant to be. It's hard to believe how many lymphatics that we have all throughout our neck and in our cheeks as well. A lot of people will come in and say, my cheek is all swollen. And I'll say, oh, that's your parotid gland. We just need a little antibiotic and we clear that up. Let's prevent it from occurring.
Well, you wake up in the morning and you feel like, your mouth is like, oh my God, breath is so bad, and
if you have bad breath, that's something that's a signal to say, go and see your dentist.
Okay.
And we offer complimentary consultations here, and I always share with my patients that has become part of our physical. When any of my patients come in for a physical, I'm actually going to do a panoramic x-ray to look at their jaw, look at their teeth, look at the bone, make sure that their bone is not becoming really dense and having osteoporosis, because we can see that within the jaw. Number 2 is that I'm also going to do a 3D imaging of their bite to see if their anxiety, overwhelm is being stressed and how hard they are biting down, because I can see that with an iTero examination.
Oh, absolutely. And the best part is just being able to help these people.
Yes.
And change their life by just some little plastic pieces
it's
in your mouth.
It's just a small change that is the biggest reward, and that reward lasts a lifetime. And that's what we want to do. We want to provide permanent dentistry, not just, oh, there's a problem, let's do this one crown that insurance says we can redo in 2 years. No, let's do it once the right way and never have to do anything else to that except for your hygiene.
And there are some places, I've got some friends that go, I'm just not going to mess with it, I'm going to have implants put in. Okay. And I'm like, that's really not what you really should do. Don't just give up.
Implants are not for everybody, and we also don't want to have teeth that are being pulled that can call, because when you amputate a tooth, and let's call it that, it's an amputation. Let's say that you took your thumb out. Well, how are you going to grab? It's the same thing as you're going to chew your food. It makes a big difference. Now, implants have saved a lot of smiles, and there are people who need that. However, if we can save that tooth for the rest of your life, let's do that first before we start looking at implants. Here at Meridian Health Institute, also called Meridian Medical Dental, we look at form and function so that it's a lifetime of a smile.
I remember needing a root canal. Oh, you have to have a root canal. And I was like, and it was a really tough one. And I came here and talked to Dr. Folds, and who is your better half.
Yes, he's been a partner since 1998 when we first started working together here at Meridian.
But life partner and work partner. So
yes.
There you go. And he's like, no, we can save that. Sure enough.
Yes.
No problem. It didn't have to pull the tooth, didn't have to do this. And so he goes, I don't ever want to give up on this stuff.
Right. And I always share with people is that if you hear somebody saying they're going to pull your tooth, first run. Get a second opinion. It's like having spine surgeon. Are you going to go to the first one? You're probably going to get a second and third before you do something like that. And I want everybody to treat every organ, every system in their body the same way, is that we would love to share with you. And it doesn't matter where you're located. We have people from all over the world that travel to see us, and that's why we speak 7 languages here. It is a matter of finding the fit for you, and if we can restore that. Not every dentist has the knowledge and the ability and training to do a lot of things that we do. And again, it's not just one dentist that's here. We have vetted several dentists that work with us. My mother, who, Dr. Folds has done her work since 1998. And she saw the dentist that was around the corner, and they said, oh, we're going to extract a tooth. And I said, what? I said, you're absolutely coming over here. And of course, we were able to save that tooth, and we're able to get her the function that she needed. Had they pulled that tooth at somebody who is 79, they would have destroyed the balance on the other side, so she would have lost more teeth. And who wants to live without teeth, and who wants to live with not being able to chew? It's about quality of life. She's always loved her smile. She's been a big advocate for a beautiful smile. It's probably why medical dental has been born as a part of that. And I'm just so proud to share that, she has been able to be such a trooper, and she didn't lose any of her teeth. And that's just because one dentist didn't have all the training that was needed in order to rescue and save what was needed to be done.
Well, you guys have ozone therapy, which
Yes.
will help everything heal faster.
Chemotherapy.
You have all these different
Stem
things.
cell
And
therapy.
Ozone doesn't hurt.
Yes.
You don't even know it. It's just.
And let's talk about ozone. Ozone is just, it's a form of gas. You know what oxygen is? That's O2. It's O3. It's a super oxygenation. And what that does is that it helps to take any of the bacteria, periodontal disease, it helps to eliminate that by killing the bacteria, the fungus, the viruses that are there. And then we have laser therapy on top of that we can utilize, especially people who might have mouth sores or ulcers. It just kills it, and you won't have any pain right after it. And people will say, no, that's not real. Absolutely. Come in, try it, because there is will decrease your pain just like that. So,
You have
so many
products
things that we do. Products that we utilize as
dental
well.
rinse and things like that.
Absolutely. One of the specials that we're doing today, and if everyone will look at the notes that are going to be below our podcast and YouTube video, is that you can take a look for Modere mouth rinse and also the toothpaste that is here. What's lovely about these is that they are naturally made and they do a phenomenal job. And I'm also offering that to you for free. Up to $10 is free on any of the Modere products, and we'll have that link below so that we can have some notes and get you started.
Good toothpaste,
Absolutely. Tastes great.
Does it?
Yes,
okay,
it tastes
'cause
great.
Most toothpaste doesn't.
No, it tastes great. And everybody's always like, it is. It's good stuff. And it's actually, it can also be pet friendly, but, it is made for humans.
You can suffer through
It's made for
toothpaste.
two-leggeds.
This is good tasting stuff. It's
Yes.
better than I used to use
And
kids' toothpaste.
And people who know us, we've also been advocates of, we do not want you going to the grocery store and buying a mouth rinse because it's so harsh it can eat the enamel.
Oh, good.
So
That's even better.
mouth rinse.
You're just getting me so happy
And
here.
fluoride, people always say, well, why is fluoride? Is it important or it's not? When you wake up in the morning, you have a biofilm on your teeth. That's that slimy sensation.
Yeah.
And when you utilize a large portion of fluoride, it will only absorb if you don't have that slime. So the best time to use that is actually after a hygiene appointment, which the hygienist does. However, you're not going to absorb fluoride through your toothpaste at a significant enough quantity. However, if you look at a lot of these store-bought toothpaste, it'll say if a child has ingested it, please call poison control. So be very cautious on the toothpaste and products that you purchase. You want them safe for your family.
Just because it says,
Yes.
approved by dentist.
ADA, that's a whole nother story. We'll have to have a whole nother.
That's politics right
yes,
there.
that's politics.
That's politics.
We're here to do what's best for you, period.
Absolutely. Folks, if you have any questions or any topics you want us to tackle, info@everydayhealthhacker.com. So don't forget, info@everydayhealthhacker.com.
Please like and subscribe on your favorite platform.
Absolutely.
And we would love to hear your thoughts and ask us anything.
That was fun.
Yes.
Got more to come, folks. All right, on behalf of Dr. Liza and Leal, the great staff right here at Meridian Health Institute, Sugarland, Texas.
Sugarland, Texas. Have a blessed, fabulous week, and we'll see you next week.
Absolutely, folks. Talk to you soon.